How are we doing today, everybody? Since it's now officially spring, maybe now would be a great time to test the in-ground sprinkler system. So it's time to turn that on. Not that I'm going to be using it just yet because it is still April, but if you've been calling the sprinkler guy every year just to have him turn your system on, you're probably getting ripped off. It's very easy to do. Let me show you how. Okay, right here is the main shutoff valve in the house. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on very slowly because you don't want to jar or jostle anything as far as the piping goes. So we can turn that on slowly just to prevent any potential issues. First things first, this is my little drain cock on the thing here for the sprinkler system, and you want to just make sure that's tight. You may have a different style, that's okay. But we're going to go ahead and turn this on now very slowly. Okay, there we are. The next thing we're going to do is go over to the timer, and over here you can see the particular program that's here. So because I'm just doing a test here, we don't need to run it for the full amount of time. So make a note of where all of your controls are, and of course your control may be different. You may want to check the book and see exactly how yours operates, but I already know what they're set to, so I'm just going to set everything up to the 5-minute mark here. Just like that. Make sure everything's nice and even. We're going to put the thing over to auto, so that way the system is on. We'll hit manual. It says all. Press enter, and there we go for zone 1, 5 minutes. Okay, now outside you'll notice nothing is happening. That's because I have this other valve right down over here that needs to be turned on. I'm going to open this up, and that'll let water and air and all kinds of junk out of there. Sediment, if there was anything in there, just let that out for a moment. Close that. Now the zone 1 valve for the sprinklers is already on, so all we have to do is kick this on and get out of the way. You'll notice nothing is happening yet because this has to fill the lines before anything will happen. And I see some water in there. And now all you do is just go around and check all your sprinkler heads. Now you'll notice that's not a lot of pressure because it's still filling the rest of the lines. So we're just going to double check. I hear this one, which is in here. That's looking fine. And there's one under there along with the bumblebee. So that's good. That's spraying. I can see it coming out. That's great. And there's one in there that's spraying too. Hopefully it hit the camera just to do that. And everything looks good. We have one head right here. There's one against the fence just past the vertical support, and one all the way in the corner there sticking up, hiding behind weeds. You can see that little black stick right in the corner there, and that's spraying out as well, I can tell from here. So all we do at this point is just wait. What you can do is just go around and clean off the heads if you want, and I'm going to do that more with the other ones when they come on. Now I wanted to also mention while we're waiting here that the reason I chose 5 minutes instead of the 1 or 2 minute options that were available is because every now and again, even after 2 minutes, I occasionally hear a little bubble of air, and I just want to make sure everything's good. So that's why I give it 5 minutes, just to make sure everything's good. Plus, if you have any minor adjustments to make, you can do that in that time period. Okay, that just went down, and now we're on zone 2. Now we have to again wait for the line to fill. I know there's one somewhere right almost in the crack of the driveway here. Yep. So there's one there. There's one there. And unbelievably, this one came back also. It just looks like a pile of crap, which is really interesting. This one gave me trouble last year, and it's funny how all the leaves just happen to collect here for no reason, but as you can tell, there's definitely a sprinkler there, so we're gonna clean all that off. It's just funny how it just built right here. There we go. And now you can just cup your hand over it to let the water like flow back to clean it off if you want, you know, a little bit. And just spray it off. Just spray it off with your garden hose too if you want. And I'm just gonna go check these two to make sure they're all cleaned off. But I'm very happy this one works because this one gave me trouble last year. So now we'll wait for zone 3. That wonderful rainbow going on a nice sunny day. Way, if you ever wanted to know how to make a rainbow, if you only just see it occasionally when using the hose, all you have to do is have the sun behind you and just make sure you have the hose set on the finest spray. You'll need some sort of spray nozzle, and just have it on the very finest spray you can get, and that's generally what will produce the rainbow effect that you see. Okay, now we're going for zone 3. I know there's one here, so we'll wait right here. I hear it. I see water. I see spray. And the other head in the middle, and one off in the distance, right against the flower bed there. We'll just go ahead and clean this off here. There's a leaf on it. You could just brush them off and whatever. Rinse your hand while you're at it. And again, I cup my hand over it and clean it that way. And I'll take care of that one down there and this guy here. Okay, now we're on to zone 4. There should be one somewhere in this neck of the woods and one up against the fence there. I hear it. And there we are, just like that. Nice and easy. One there and one right up against the fence. Right there. Okay, zone 5 should be coming up now. Certainly hear it. I see water. I hear other ones. I see other ones bubbling. Should be 3 on this zone. Still filling the lines, so that's what we're waiting on. Oh, there it goes. And 2 and 3. Beautiful. One down there, one here, and the one next to the cartilage over here. I'm hearing sprinklers. I always forget where they are in the backyard. Here's one here, and there's one over there, which is obviously working very well, and one over here. It's amazing how much remarkably cleaner the backyard sprinkler heads are from the front. I have no idea why, but I know one thing: these are going to put the disco out, is what they're going to do. And finally, we're up to zone 7. There should be one in this neck of the woods. I thought that was the previous zone, but I was mistaken. And it's once again filling the lines. So we'll just wait a moment until that goes and pops up, and we'll check that out. I hear something. There he is. We got one there with a lot of air in it, my goodness. And over here, there's one. Up against the fence, there's one there by the tall grass. A couple new flowers we just put in, still cleaning up and all that. And there's one left over here. So that's it, they all came up. So it looks like opening the sprinklers this year was a success, and the winter was not unkind to us. That's all there is to it, folks. All you got to do is basically turn it on and make sure it goes. If you do encounter any trouble, you can try playing with various heads that maybe don't pop up or anything like that just try prying at them gently with a blunt instrument, like a small flat blade screwdriver. Possibly hit the top of it with your fist or something. You might also take out a little hand rake or a little gardening shovel, gardening trowel, and try to dig around it to see if you can get the head to pop up, and if you do, you're all set. If not, you can always call in your sprinkler guy. And you know, if you're gonna go and say, well, you know, he usually requires that I book, you know, a month in advance, well, all you do is you book like you normally do, and you open the sprinklers the week before, and then you call them up and tell them, oh, look, something came up, I was called out of town, or make up an excuse, whatever it was, your grandmother died for the 15th time, whatever it is, and that's all there is to it. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.